Yo, what's up everybody? I'm Lord Uzkek and this is a new video I'm doing for the BrosGamingFix channel. Starfield released a little over 2 weeks ago, and like most people, I've been delving pretty hard into the shipbuilding. Today I'm going to show you my latest creation. I call it the Bastion. I'll be showing you how it's built if you want to build it yourself. Some parts like the cockpit of this ship are only available in certain locations. The ship uses mostly Stroud Eklund and Deimos ship parts. For access to Deimos ship parts, the best location you can buy these is the Deimos shipyard in the Sol system. Speak to Henderson to buy and edit your ships.
Of course.
For Stroud ship parts, you want to head to Neon in the Volley system. Not far from the city entrance, you'll find a Stroud Eklund shop. Visit either of the two terminals in this building to buy or edit your ships. A good location with access to most of the parts you need is the Crimson Fleet headquarters, the Key. Speak to Jasmine Duran, their shipwright, if you still can. Before we get into the construction, to pilot this ship you're going to need to have piloting level 4. And for some of the parts we're going to use, you're going to need Starship Design Level 2. Watch closely and pause the video if you need to look at specific ship parts. I'm only going to be going over the main points of the ship in this video. The lower layer consists of mostly Stroud cowling, landing gear, and your landing bay. I originally designed this ship for carrying cargo. It has a lot of space in the lower and uppermost layers for adding storage. If you want to keep your shielded cargo hidden from sight, this is probably the best place to put it. The second layer holds your habitats. On the right side of the ship we have 2x2 living quarters and a 2x3 mess hall. The Deimos hulls here at the back of the ship are important for connecting the upper layers of the ship. On the left side we have a 2x2 brig with 2 connecting companionways connecting the landing bay to the left and the right sides of the ship. And lastly, we have a 2x2 engineering bay to cap it off on the left side. This is the third layer of the ship. We start with the Stroud engine mounts at the rear and continue the cowling along each side up to the front. The engine braces on the Deimos hulls at the back of the ship are important for attaching the top layer of the cowling to the lower half of the ship. Here I've attached a couple galleon cargo holds. This ship can house about 12 of them total, but currently I'm not a high enough level to get engines to support this amount of cargo. So in the meantime, all of the space along the upper and lower levels are reserved for additional cargo, but if you choose to build this ship you can use it for anything. This level of the ship only has one main hab and a companionway. I have a 1-2 armory, but you could easily substitute this for a 1-2 captain's quarters or a 1x2 computer core for an extra crew space. Last, we have some hulls behind it creating a tail or spine for the ship. This ship is a C class and has over 5,000 total cargo and 3,300 overall mass when it's finished. We are using 4 Supernova 2000 engines to power this behemoth. The gap we've left under the center of the ship is to house the reactor core and the fuel tank. The ship can travel pretty decent distance, but a little more fuel could probably help. This is the top layer of the ship. It's mostly to give the ship aesthetic and its looks, but it also contains the cockpit and the docker, so it's quite important. The Stroud cowling connects to the engine bracer from the layer below on each side. This is to cover the space left for more additional cargo in the future, or again whatever you want to use this space for. This is probably my favorite part of the ship, and one of the things I like most about Deimo's structural parts is the spines, the skegs, and the wings. They make for some really good looking aesthetics and make for some really good looking ships. Last but not least, I've got the cockpit connecting to a control room because to me it just makes sense. This also allows for the ship to have one full column all the way from top to bottom, from the landing bay all the way to the cockpit. I'm not going to talk too much on what weapons I use in this video. This ship isn't really a fighter, it's more of a cargo hauler. So use any weapons you see fit. I will say, however, I always recommend using EM suppressing weapons or like electromagnetic damage weapons, because being able to steal people's ships is a lot of fun. Alrighty guys, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. We're doing something a little bit new for the channel. If you did like it, make sure to leave a comment. And if you could like and subscribe this video while you're at it, it would be greatly appreciated. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.